I started the recording. So from this moment on, you will all have a copy of what I'm going to cover tonight. Simply because one, you were gracious enough to actually register, and two is because you may not get everything from the get-go, from the first time around. You may have to listen to a recording over and over and over again. And that way you'll be able to absorb the information better. So now that I said a little bit about me, let me explain a couple more things. In the chat, at the very top of the chat, you will see three messages. One is for my pen pal, one is for my Venmo. These are tip because it takes a little bit to actually get the membership to Zoom. And I'm paying for this all on my own. I am not affiliated with GOPX or any other crypto company. So thereby, I put those addresses there if you would like to bless me for doing this. Also, it's PayPal, excuse me. Also, I also listed a couple of good channels in order for you to go to YouTube and subscribe to these channels. They are packed with a lot of information as well as easy to understand. One of them is Binance Academy. The other one is 99bitcoins.com. And the other is Crypto Trends. And each of those channels are very good when it comes to increasing your knowledge of crypto. Also, if I pause a little bit, that's because I'm admitting some more people into the room. So once again, we covered everything. One, if you have any questions, wait a minute. Nikki just said, can you please resend it in the chat, please, when you get the chance. Okay. It should be at the top of the chat. Let me go ahead and uh, recopy them right quick, and then we will get majorly started. Let's see. Because of course, once again, this is just me. And while I'm doing this, give me a quick check. Where's everybody checking in from? Go ahead and type that into the chat. And you'll have to forgive my spelling. Sometimes my typing gets crazy, but you kind of get the idea. And also you will have also for all the new folks, let me just reiterate that I will have a recording for this presentation so that any facts that you missed, then you can go ahead and get them back during the recording. So let me go ahead. And get started. So this let me go ahead and admit these last people. Okay, let me go ahead and go into the chat. Whoa, wow, it's all over the place. We got Louisiana, we got big ups to Texas, California. Of course, I'm in Oklahoma, but I'm originally from Oakland, California. Let's see, we have Shreveport, Louisiana. I have been through that place. It is wonderful. I'm going to go back. Let's see, we got Pennsylvania, East Coast. and New Jersey and Missouri. We just got through with Missouri. I just came back from Branson a little while ago. So uh, thank you all for being here and welcome. So to get started, this particular class is going to be on crypto wallets. Okay. Everybody has talked to me about what a wallet is, and it's not a very easy answer. A wallet is basically a piece of software on computers, phones, or maybe a piece of hardware that basically uh, has access to your blockchain network key. Now, I'm going to play a short video um, that basically is going to explain what that actually means, and then I'll go ahead and uh, comment on that portion of the video. So just stand by.
What is a cryptocurrency wallet? Simply put, a crypto wallet is a tool you can use to interact with a blockchain network. The various kinds of wallets can be divided into three main groups: software, hardware, and paper wallets. But depending on their working mechanisms, they may also be referred to as hot or cold wallets. So how do they work? Contrary to popular belief, crypto wallets don't merely store cryptocurrencies. Instead, they work as a sort of gateway, providing the tools you need to communicate with a blockchain. In other words, these wallets can generate all the information you need to use cryptocurrencies. Let's take a simple example. Imagine that Alice wants to build a brand new Bitcoin wallet to receive a payment from Bob. The easiest way for her to do that is to use a crypto wallet program. When Alice creates a new wallet, the program generates multiple pairs of public and private keys, along with several blockchain addresses. But to simplify, let's consider only one pair of keys and a single address. First, the program calculates the pair of keys, one public key and one private key. Next, the public key is used to generate a unique Bitcoin address. This is the address Alice needs to provide Bob. Bob then sends Bitcoins from his wallet to Alice's wallet. Note that the coins never leave the blockchain. They are just transferred from one address to another. While it's safe for Alice to share her Bitcoin address with others, she should never disclose her private key to anyone. The private key is used for signing new transactions. What gives access to her funds? So even if Alice loses her computer or smartphone, she can use the private key to access her coins in any other device. She may even use a different wallet. But this also means that if anyone gets to know Alice's private key, they can steal her funds. Alice can also use her private key to recover her public key and blockchain addresses. Basically, the private key precedes all the other components, and that's why it's the most important element of a cryptocurrency wallet. In practice, however, most modern wallets make use of a seed phrase. Seed phrases can be used to generate multiple private keys. So, instead of making a backup of each private key in her wallet, Alice only needs to back up the wallet seed phrase. In other words, the seed phrase works like a root key. It gives access to all keys and addresses in Alice's wallet. Now that we've covered the basics, let's explore the different types of crypto wallets. As mentioned,
Okay, I was just going to stop it there. Let me stop sharing, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what I wanted to convey to everybody was that every piece of information that I had pretty much had themselves thinking that you were storing your actual tokens or coins or crypto in a wallet. And that's not true. What you're actually storing in a wallet is your key, your your private key. Okay. Now, as it said in the video, you need your public key and your private key in order to access your crypto, which is in reality on the blockchain. Okay. Basically, everything on the blockchain is basically a transaction. That's what crypto is. It's basically a transaction between you and another party for something. Okay. In order for you to access that crypto, you have to have a public key, a private key, and a address. Okay. Once you have those three things, then that transaction goes through and everything goes kosher. Now, when we talk about wallets, and the video is going to actually, talk about the kinds of wallets, and I'll be stopping it after it's done to kind of go into why there are those different kinds of wallets. Also, when you are dealing with a wallet, you also have to consider what kind of crypto you are actually going to invest in. Because one of the things they don't tell you is that there are certain wallets that'll only store certain kinds of crypto and that access a certain blockchain. And I will have examples of those as well. So, right now, before we go into the other part of this, let me go. Did anybody have any questions? Oh, I am so sorry that the sound was poor. Um, I'm working on that part. Let's see. Volume, volume, volume. But anyway, the video was basically telling you about how a wallet works. Okay. Now you're going to be kind of indoctrinated into the different kinds of wallets. This is where it's going to get intricate because for the kind of wallet you have is definitely going to be important that you understand the type of wallet that you do have, because if you don't, then you're not going to be able to take care of your crypto the way you should. So let me go ahead. I'm going to reshare my screen and we'll go ahead and discover the different kinds of wallets, and then we'll talk about it after this portion of the video.
Cryptocurrency wallets may be defined as hot or cold, according to the way they operate. A hot wallet is any wallet that is connected somehow to the internet. For example, when Alice creates an account on Binance and sends funds to her wallet, she is depositing into Binance's hot wallet. Hot wallets are convenient for traders and frequent users because they are easy to set up and the funds are quickly accessible. On the other hand, cold wallets tend to be a much safer alternative for Alice to store her bitcoins because they have no connection to the internet. Instead, they use a physical medium to store the keys offline, and this makes them very resistant to hackers. This method is also known as cold storage and is particularly suitable for long-term investors. When it comes to the three main groups of crypto wallets, there are software, hardware, and paper wallets. Software wallets come in at least three different types: web wallets, desktop wallets, and mobile wallets. A web wallet allows Alice to interact with a blockchain via a browser interface, so she doesn't need to download or install anything on her computer. In contrast, a desktop wallet is a software Alice needs to download and execute locally in her machine. In general, desktop wallets are considered safer than web wallets. Lastly, we have mobile wallets, which work much like a desktop wallet, but are designed specifically as mobile apps. These are the ones Alice can use on her smartphone, giving her convenient access to her funds. Trust Wallet is a prominent example of a mobile crypto wallet. It supports multiple cryptocurrencies, and it is also integrated with the Binance decentralized exchange. Most software wallets are somehow connected to the internet, so they may also be referred to as hot wallets. What about hardware wallets? Hardware wallets are physical electronic devices that use a random number generator, RNG, to generate public and private keys. The keys are stored in the device itself, without any connection to the internet. As such, hardware wallets may present a secure alternative for cold storage, especially for long-term holders. But funds stored in hardware wallets tend to be less accessible, making them somewhat inconvenient to traders and frequent users. Lastly,
Okay, so now you have an idea about the kinds of wallets. This is where we're going to pretty much stay a little bit because this is a very, very confusing piece of facts. Because I can tell you from firsthand experience that when I first got into crypto, one of the things that was told to me personally was that you should always get a cold wallet. You should never get a hot wallet. And they never told me why. Now, in my research, and this is just me talking, once again, I am not a financial advisor. I am only a fellow investor. I also am very nosy, so thereby I go through a lot of literature and and talk to a lot of people. And what they have told me is this: there are actual hot wallets out there that are very good, but also there are cold wallets that are very confusing. Okay, now the two top tier hard wallets. These are wallets that you hold physically, that hold your public and private keys in that item. Okay. I actually have one with me, and I don't know if you guys can see it because of my background, but it's a tracer. Okay. The other one is Ledger. Those are the two top tier rated hard wallets. They actually store your keys, your private and your public, on the item. Okay. That is very important because as an investor, you have to control your private key. Okay. Because that is the thing that everyone needs to access your cryptocurrency. And there are some wallets out there, and they call it a wallet, that you don't control your private key. And those are called custodial wallets. Okay. And I'll give you a good example of a custodial wallet. And everyone has heard about this: Coinbase. Okay. Any exchange wallet that you have to pretty much log on to an exchange to access, that is a non-custodial wallet. They have both your public and your private keys, and that you're basically telling that company that you trust them enough to control your crypto, because you have no control. The password that's used in order to access that exchange, it's not enough, because here is what ended up happening to an exchange last year. They got hacked. And once you're hacked, they took all that crypto, and that company couldn't protect you. You just were sitting on the sidelines while that company was robbed blind because you had no control. And as long as the hackers got into the exchange and got all those keys, they had access to all that crypto. So, the rule of thumb in the industry that I've heard over and over and over again is never set all your crypto on the exchange. Now, if you're using it as a trading device and you're accessing it on a day to day basis, that's one thing. But if you're a long term investor, like most of us here at GOPX, it's one of those things that when we get the GOPX exchange, we only keep what we're going to use in there. Everything else needs to be protected. And so I do recommend a hot or a cold wallet. We have a question. We have a question, a couple of questions um, in the group. Okay. A key is a 12, 18, or 21 word phrase. Okay. Totally random, that you set up when you get your wallet. Okay. And those words can be anything in the English language. So you have thousands, if not millions, of words to choose from. And you set your key up when you actually get your wallet. Um, Once you set up that key, I recommend three things. One, do not ever have it in a digital format. Do not. Because if something happens to that medium, whether it's your phone, whether it's your computer, whether it's a hard drive or a zip drive, if something happens to it, you're stuck. Okay. So do not have it in a digital format. Always have it in a written physical format. Also, make controlled limited copies. I recommend three. Okay. One for you, one for a hiding place like a safe deposit box or a safe, and three, um, and the third one for emergencies. Okay. So that you will have access to your key, because I want you to really understand how important your key is. Whoever gets your key has control over your money. So you have to think about it like that. Um, Now, my key, I have numerous wallets, okay, and I control all of them, all of those keys. I don't keep anything on the exchange. One question was, oh, is MetaMask a good wallet? Yes, and I'll tell you why. MetaMask has a bunch of security protocols, and you also set up a 12, 18, or 24 word phrase. You have access to your private key on MetaMask. Now, MetaMask is actually calculated or actually classified as a hot wallet because it is always hooked up to the internet. So there's always the remote possibility you may be hacked. But as long as you control your key phrase, which I like to call it, it's called a seed phrase, but I call it a key phrase. As long as you control your key phrase, hackers cannot get your crypto. So everybody has to have control over their crypto, and that is one way to do it. Um, Another question: your keys are the words 12 to 22 you keep. Yes, you keep those words. No one else. Okay, unless you really trust them, and I'll tell you why. As I mentioned earlier, whoever has your C phrase controls your crypto. Thereby, I wouldn't spread it around. I would have one person that I trust, and that's it. Uh, a paper wallet. Now, this is how they explain a paper wallet to me. There are actually programs and exchanges to where you can print out your public and private keys on a piece of paper. Then it is destroyed. Not the paper, but where it came from. That way, you will be able to control where that key is. You can make copies of it. You could lock it up. You can do a lot of different things with it. Um, let's see. Oh, nano leg. Yes, the Ledger Nano is definitely one of the top tier hard wallets. Now, keep in mind, I have nothing against a hard wallet. A hard wallet is classified as the best when it comes to securing your crypto. Okay, but keep in mind that you're not securing your crypto. Okay, let me say that again. You are not securing your actual crypto. You are securing your public and private keys so that you control your crypto. I personally have and I can show you this right now. I personally have two wallets I wanted to show you. Let me go ahead and share my screen right quick because this will give you a better idea of what I mean. Okay, what you see here is the Tracer dashboard. This Tracer is a hard wallet. It's a nice, neat little package that you plug up to your laptop or desktop computer, and you can basically store your crypto keys. Now, let me go ahead into my accounts right quick because I wanted to show this. This is where I store my Yeti coin. I do have a little bit of Yeti. It's gone down a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to go up. But nobody can get to this Yeti as long as because I can unplug this physical wallet and secure my crypto. A hacker won't be able to get my key, thereby securing my crypto. And this is the suite, the software suite that you get with your Tracer, and it's very easy to understand. It walks you through step by step on how to set up your wallet. And incidentally, I will be doing another class on how to set up a wallet. That way, you'll be able to secure your crypto in a quick amount of time. Also, what it does, there are some wallets that you'll be able to trade right from the software suite. Like if I wanted to buy more crypto, there are some wallets that will basically give you the opportunity in order to buy more crypto from the software rather than going to an exchange to do it. So it just depends on how you want to actually invest. So another one I wanted to show you is an example. That's an example of a hard wallet. Now, what I want to show you now is an example of a soft wallet. And this is a soft wallet that I like very, very well. I've used it for about a year or so, and it's called Exodus. Oop, hold on one second. We got somebody. Okay, well, I guess they muted. Anyway, this is what Exodus looks like. Now, Exodus is a free soft wallet. Okay, it is a software wallet that you can download to your phone, or you can download it to your computer, whether desktop or laptop. Okay, it is available for, I believe, iOS as well as um, Windows, and I'm not sure if it's on the other one yet, but I know it's for those two. It's very easy to understand, and it can store a variety of different crypto. Okay, very easy to understand. So just to walk you through this, oh, and did I mention it actually connects to the Tracer, so that I can look at my assets through both mediums without worrying about if one is on or not. So that's a good thing. The connectability is really good for me. Also, it tells you exactly what you're dealing with crypto wise from first glance. So Exodus is very good for beginners simply because of the fact of you're learning how to not only diagnose and figure out what cryptos to invest in, but you're also trying to have a nice, secure way of securing your crypto. You can also program the Exodus with a 12, 18, or 24 word phrase. I believe mine is 24. So you have access to your private keys. It is not kept on the item. So that's also a very good thing. Also, the functionality of this software wallet actually grows because you can do things like buy crypto through FTR. I think that's the no FTX exchange. You can buy crypto through there, or you can actually invest in NFTs if you're into that sort of thing through this medium as well. So that is an example of a soft wallet. Let's see. Let's see if we have any questions on here. So can I email money and save it that way? Um, the question was asked, can I email my key and save it that way? I would advise against it because email is not followable. Okay. People can get into email addresses. It is possible. Email is secure because, of course, I'm also a veteran. I'm ex-Navy, so I remember when we were experimenting with email, they were encrypted. Okay, so if your email service has a 24-bit encryption service, that may be a security that is very beneficial if you decide to leave your keys in your email. But the caution about that is there's always a chance that it could be hacked or corrupted in some way. So I always vote to actually get your keys on paper that cannot be corrupted and can be physically controlled. Just my 2 cents. If anybody else has anything else, let us know in the group. Let us know in the chat that you can actually, if you have any other suggestions, but that would be my recommendation. Um, can you spell the two wallets that you have? I have the first one is Trezor, and that's Trezor, and the other one is Exodus. And don't ask me to spell that. I use spell check. So those are the two that I have, and they've worked very well for me. Um, Latrice says I have Exodus and I find it to be user friendly. Yes, they never used to be that way though. They used to be very confusing way back in the day. So I'm glad you have that. Is there a cost to exchange, buy, sell, convert crypto on your hard or soft wallets? No. um, there are no there is only the value quotient of it. Okay, when you exchange something, it may not be worth as much in comparison, but there are no gas fees. That is the great thing about exchanging anything on a medium like a wallet. On an exchange, there's always the the fact of paying the exchange to exchange your crypto. But if you're exchanging it with yourself, it's a different issue. So that's a very good question. Which wallets are you recommended to hold our GOPX tokens, hard or soft? Hard. Rodney, I'm speaking to you. Hard. That is the best when it comes to security. Now, you also have to consider GOPX is what they call an ERC20 token. That means that the token uses the Ethereum blockchain. That remember, if I don't, I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but I told you that you don't actually have control of a token or a coin. What you have control of are keys to access a token or a coin on the blockchain. Okay. GOPX uses the Ethereum blockchain in order for it to exist. So, what you need is a wallet that can store ERC20 tokens. And if you look on my last class, which is on YouTube under the Kima zone, I explained the difference between a token and a coin. Okay. But both of them are on Ethereum, which means that you need a wallet that can store Ethereum. Well, I happen to know that through a variety of different mediums, and I'll give a shout out to Batty Reds. Her YouTube video actually explains the fact of storing it on not only the treasure, I'll get it right, but she also has a ledger one, which also can store ERC20 tokens. So any of those two hard wallets, you're good to go. So you won't have to worry about that. But I personally recommend that you use a hard wallet to store the majority of your crypto and only store what you're going to use on the exchange. Let's see. Mention cold. Let's see. Yvonne basically says, I apologize. You mentioned cold, hard, warm, and soft. Which more do you recommend? Once again, hard. Hard is the best security, but there are soft wallets out there that are good too. If you can't afford a hard wallet yet, that's fine. Exodus is free. You don't pay nothing for it. Okay. And it has just as much good security to secure your coins as everything else. It also stores ERC20 tokens. So I could do that. But another one would be MetaMask. MetaMask also stores ERC20. It is totally free and easy to set up. The only difference is that it's kind of limited because you can only use it on mobile or on computer. It's an extension of, I believe, Chrome. So it just depends on your technological level of experience. But I would definitely say, hard wallets are the best. So try to get a hard wallet if you can. Another question. I thought the other was Ledger. That's what treasure is, treasure and ledger. That's my little California accent. Sorry guys. Can you spell her YouTube? Oh, now the Batty Reds, her YouTube channel is called Crypto with Char. Okay. And she basically breaks down the news of the day when it comes to crypto. So catch her at any time. She has a lot of videos out there. They are very informative, and I've learned a lot as well as my wife. We have learned a lot from each other. Also, there is I'm believing most of y'all is uh, on the Telegram group, so she usually puts her videos out on there. For those of you who don't know about that, we do have a Telegram group about GOPX, and it usually has the great latest and greatest for everybody. So definitely check that out um, if you're on Telegram. Let's see. Nano Ledger is another brand of hard wallet. Yes, it is. The Nano Ledger, I believe it's the baseline model, but it basically is great. So to continue, and let me make sure that we do not have any more questions. Okay, we're good. Oh, oh, my YouTube channel. I just started one to basically put these classes up in case anybody missed them. My YouTube channel is called the Kima Zone, but for everybody on here, this is a kind of announcement. I will be doing a podcast on the Anchor uh, platform, which everybody who is registered, you will be emailed details and how to access the podcast. It's not going to be long. It's going to be probably 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more, of facts and tips and tricks and maybe news and maybe opinions about cryptocurrency in general, so that we can all learn about crypto together. So let's see. Another question. Do you think GOPX exchange will have high and low gas fees? Okay, Tarek. Let me say this one time for everybody. Not sure. I am not affiliated with GOPX. I do not work for them. The only one who does is Linda Ledger, and she will probably have way more experience and may more information from that. All we're talking about today is crypto wallets. That is it. So to continue, I talked about custodial and non-custodial wallets. Okay. Now you have to subcategorize that into hot and cold. Uh, you're going to be really looking at wallets, and all these terms are going to be thrown at you. Okay. Now, a hot wallet, all I want you to do is think about it like this. If it's hooked onto the internet in any way, then it's a hot wallet. Okay. If it is not, if it can be disconnected from the internet, then it is a cold wallet. Is there such thing as a software wallet that is a cold wallet? No, because software is usually through the internet. Now, hard wallets store everything offline in a physical item. So that would be classified as a cold wallet. Oh, we have another question here. Many of these wallets allow for ERC20 tokens and coins, but may not necessarily support your specific coin. Is there a way to ensure that Exodus and Trevor will accept GOPX, like perhaps adding uh, tokens coins? Thanks. Okay, Melinda's. Um, Here is the long and the short answer to that. When you actually go to each of the websites, okay, they will tell you what kind of coins that they actually are able or actually what kind of keys they're able to store. Okay. The only reason why I mentioned treasure is that personally, Alex Slocum recommended that wallet. One. Two, I physically have one right now. And it basically says that GOPX, since it is an ERC20 token, can be stored. No problem. Okay. That's two. So I'm sure that I'm going to put my GOPX in the one that I know is going to store it, and that is the treasure. You're gonna make me get tongue tied up in here. But the treasure. Okay. So, and I happen to know a lot of people who use the nano, the Ledger Nano. They use that one as well. So I know if they can store an ERC20 token, then they can store GOPX, period. But thank you for that question. So anyway, to continue, so let me go ahead and play the last part of this video. And this basically tells us about paper wallets.
We have paper wallets. A paper wallet is a piece of paper on which a blockchain address and its private key are physically printed out, usually as QR codes. So Alice can generate and print a paper wallet and then send funds to it by scanning the QR codes. However, paper wallets present numerous flaws, and their use is now discouraged. A major flaw of paper wallets is that they aren't suitable for sending funds partially, but only the entire balance all at once. This flaw resulted in many people losing funds. Regardless of which wallet you choose, make sure to back them up regularly, as losing access to crypto wallets can be quite costly. In many cases, this can be achieved by simply backing up the wallet data file and seed phrases. Summing up, the majority of crypto wallets are based on software, which makes them more convenient than hardware wallets. But hardware wallets tend to be the most secure alternative. Paper wallets, on the other hand, are deemed as obsolete and unreliable. Crypto wallets are an integral part of using Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Each wallet type has its advantages and disadvantages, so it's crucial to understand how they work before moving your funds. Make sure to check out our full article about crypto wallets and our other videos on Binance Academy.
Okay, so let's see. All right. Oh, wait a minute. We got one more person in. Okay, so now the video kind of explained why we don't really use paper wallets. And that was a nice little tidbit of a fact that I kind of found out, is that you can't do partial. Like, let's say if you have $100 in your crypto account and you just want to send five, you cannot send that five. You have to send the whole $100, which I thought was pretty interesting. So anyway, so that in itself. Now, how to set up a wallet once you get it? It is very good. Wait a minute, 1 second. See, we had a couple of folks who were not muted. Okay, here we go. Okay, so how to set up these wallets. Now, most of these wallets will come with step-by-step instructions in order to set them up. And I can tell you from firsthand experience that setting up my hard wallet was step-by-step. I mean, they have you download the suite. They have you pick, or they randomly generate your private key, and then they prompt you to copy it. Okay. They don't basically assume that you're naturally going to copy it. You're not going to go to the next step until you do. And if you're like the tracer, they actually send little forms for you to fill out your keys, two forms, and you can actually put those forms in different places, whether it's a safe, whether it's a desk drawer, whether it's in your wallet, doesn't matter. But they basically do it. Now, me, I have a couple of places where I put mine, so I won't lose it. But they basically make sure that you are rip raring to go. Now, to transfer money into your wallet, this is where we talk about crypto transactions. And I'm going to do a separate class on that because it's pretty extensive. Depending on what you're buying, it's not always the same steps over and over and over again. Okay, you may have to buy one form of crypto in order to get another form of crypto. Then you have to learn how what addresses you would use in order to buy the first set of crypto, to buy the second set of crypto. So it does get very, very extensive. So I want to do another class on that next. And just a couple of things, as I said earlier in the program, um, in the meeting, that I at the beginning of this chat, which you can go to at the end of the recording, the chat will be there because what you see on the screen right now is actually being recorded as we speak. I put my PayPal and my Venmo in order to be as a kind of a chip jar because of course it costs money to keep the Zoom up, and I can use some help like everybody else does. So if you uh, feel like blessing me, I thank you ahead of time, and I will keep doing these videos as long as I am physically able. Also, you will get emailed. Um, oh, Keith just asked a question. Typically, what is the cost of a Tracer wallet? Uh, the base model is the Tracer One, and it is about $80. The Tracer, I can't remember what the next one is, but it will cost, I believe, us 140. But that's only because it can store many more kinds of crypto on that wallet than the baseline model. Thank you, Crypto Diva. That's 150. Are you saying so when it? Oh, another question. Are you saying so that when it comes time for the GOPX investors tokens to be transferred from GOPX back office to the GOPX exchange, the investors should transfer their tokens into a cold wallet until their tokens or a portion thereof is ready to be sold? Yes. Only keep on the exchange what you're going to use. Okay. Do not keep everything on an exchange. One of the mistakes that people do is keep it on an exchange. Now, keep in mind that your crypto is not fully secured on any exchange because guess what? They have your private and public keys on that medium. You have no control over it, which means the only thing that's keeping a hacker from getting your crypto is the fact that they have to get past your password, and that's it. The one thing, oh, Ken, that is a very good question, and it's very important. When you are buying a hard wallet, go to the manufacturer. Do not go to eBay. Do not go to Amazon. Do not go to any third party retailer. And I'll tell you why. On Tracer, I believe the email address is tracer.io. And I'll type that in the chat right quick. Let's see. .io. Okay. Now I'm not sure what the Ledger is. I believe Ledger has their own uh, website, but I'll tell you why you go straight from the manufacturer. Do not go to a third party retailer because there is always a chance that that third party retailer has somebody to break open physically that item, that hard wallet, and to put a piece of software, malware, ransomware, virus, or anything else. I have to hit send. Okay. Um, and corrupt everything in there and probably get your keys that way. When you get it from the manufacturer guarantees the authenticity of that hard wallet. So when you buy a wallet, do not go through a third party retailer. One question is also when the exchange files for bankruptcy, you could lose your funds or crypto. Correct, Crypto Diva. That happened a couple of times last year. If an exchange for some reason or another declared bankruptcy, even now, there was a couple of exchanges that suspended withdrawals because they were going through financial difficulty. Um, and that's not cool because you should have control over your crypto. I'll purchase mine. Okay, yeah. The one thing I was told, and I'll Chandra, I feel I'm hoping that they gave you a good one, because that's the one thing that I'm really kind of self conscious about is security. And if it's a third party, they don't know who they're working for, and they might have a hacker that can say, "Hey, I can download some software into this hard wallet." For example, something called a keylogger. A keylogger actually catalogs and copies every keystroke you make so that if a hacker downloads that file, they'll know exactly what you typed. And if you typed your seed phrase at any time, they'll have it. So that's one thing that you have to be very careful for. The manufacturer always guarantees the authenticity of their work. Trezor does it, so does Ledger. Okay. They even have some hard wallets out there that's so confusing for beginners, but they guarantee it. Even Exodus guarantees theirs. So that's one thing that you have to really keep in mind about buying a hard wallet is to buy it straight from the manufacturer. You may not get a discount for it, but at least you'll get an item that's safe and that's guaranteed by the company. Uh, Kenneth says, I assume your wallet has its own address to receive crypto to store on your wallet. Yes, that is correct. Your hard wallet generates a random public address and you have your private address. So once you have those two things, you'll be able to transfer or transact crypto at your leisure. And that's the one good thing about hard wallets. Now, on a soft wallet, you have control over your private key so that when you're in your wallet and you want to transact, uh, the public address is basically stored on the machine, which is fine. But as long as they don't have your private, a hacker can't do nothing. So, what do you think about insurance to protect your crypto? Now, it would depend on the company actually protecting it from what. um, I have read about some exchanges, for example, Uphold. Uphold insures up to 80% of their overall assets. That means everybody's crypto that is used on that exchange and stored on that exchange, they'll actually they insure up to 80% of it being stored from from theft. Now, 80% I think is good, but I would like 100%. And there's no company that's going to hold my key for me. Okay. When if you have a set of procedures that you follow, then it's almost a foolproof deal because you can't, let's say you're trying to protect your crypto from being stolen, put it on a hard wallet. Okay. But let's say you can't afford a hard wallet right now, put it on a soft wallet that you control the private key. Let's say you have a huge amount of crypto that you're going to store for a long period of time. Once again, do a hard wallet. I don't think you should pay another insurance company to protect something that you can do yourself and at 100% and not just 80. That's just my 2 cents. But I actually would like you or anyone on here to basically do their due diligence and ask some experts in the field, whether it's by email or reading articles or watching YouTube videos, or if you know another investor, do your due diligence, get the info. And of course, I will always try to help whenever, whenever I can. So that's basically what I would say about that. So, also, one other tidbit about setting up. One of the things that you can do if you really have a hard time in deciphering the company directions and setting up your hard wallet, there are a lot of YouTube videos that actually have been made that actually speak it on a very clear and concise uh, tone so that you're able to understand. And the good thing about a video is if you don't understand it, you can rewind it and listen to it again. That's why everybody here is getting a recording of this class, simply because of the fact I know I talk fast. So you might have to pause me and rewind me and listen to me again in order to understand what I'm saying. So definitely, you'll be able to get through that. So as I look at the time now, it is 7:06 Central Standard Time. We have been through our hour. Um, and I once again want to thank everybody for being here in the class. Once again, if you have some last minute questions, just go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I'll be able to answer them as soon as I can. I'll also hang around a couple of minutes uh, after we close out in order to answer any last minute questions. Uh, Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, if also, you will be getting your recording in the next couple of days. Just have to wait for it to format to Zoom, and I will send those out myself. So you'll definitely get a recording of this Zoom call, as well as the announcement of when my podcast will go online. You will get a link, and you'll be able to register on your selected medium for podcasts, whether it is iTunes, whether it is Google Podcasts, or any of that nature, and you'll be able to listen to the little tips and tricks that I've learned in my journey, and maybe ask me a question or two so I can basically uh, get it in the podcast or answer it in the podcast. So, um, oh, and somebody asked, what would be my PayPal and Zoom information? If Let's see, what is your Venmo? My Venmo, I'll type it quickly in the chat. Let's see. Okay, that is my Venmo. Oops. Okay, that's my Venmo. And then my email address is my PayPal. So that is PayPal. Because once again, everything costs money. And I try to uh, get this information out to everybody. So if you feel um, generous, I welcome it, and I thank you and appreciate it. And I will keep these going as long as I can physically go. Also, let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay, I realized I did something wrong. Hold up. There we go. Let me type this one more time. See, because everything I was typing was not going to everybody in the chat. It was actually going to whoever Windstorm was. I'm sorry, sir or ma'am. Still trying to get used to Zoom. Okay, there's my Venmo, and my email address is for my PayPal. Okay. And unfortunately, I do not use Cash App. That is the only one I don't have. I am so sorry. But anyway, so if there are any questions, I will be staying on a little bit after, but uh, if anybody, you will be getting your recordings in the next couple of days. And if anybody has any other questions off the air, you are totally welcome to email me and I will try and either answer you or get the answer for you. So, my fellow investors, I bid you good night and see you next time.
You're gonna let people that's staying on unmute and just talk. They're asking about Charlene. I'm gonna put it GOPS.
The young lady that you recommended we watch her video, did you place that in the chat as well?
I can. I believe it is called Crypto with Char. If you type that in the search bar, you'll be able to find her videos.
Much gratitude. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you all for coming.
It's not showing.
Uh, I don't know why. Hang on one second. Okay, it should show up now. For some reason, it changed from everyone to just random people.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
No, I was just saying to Claire.
Also, for those who are remaining, Crypto with Charlene is actually in the Telegram group and she usually posts her videos there. So scroll back up and you'll be able to find her. And I do recommend subscribing to her channel.
Hey, Kima.